The information presented in this video is based on publicly available data and reports. Viewer discretion is advised. I'm sure you've heard the news. The AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine, known as Vaxzevria in Europe and Covishield in India, has been at the center of several controversies since its introduction. Here's an overview of the key issues. The AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine, while a critical tool in combating the pandemic, has been mired in controversies related to the concealment or miscommunication of adverse reactions and efficacy data. Below is a detailed examination of the key issues, evidence, and reports related to these allegations. One, inconsistent reporting of efficacy. A. Initial trial data discrepancies. Efficacy variations. Early reports of the vaccine's efficacy varied significantly. Initial trials reported efficacy rates ranging from 60% to over 90% depending on the dosing regimen. The higher efficacy was observed in a subset of participants who inadvertently received a half dose followed by a full dose. Source: Nature. Trial conduct issues. The variation was due to dosing errors during the trials, but AstraZeneca did not immediately disclose the nature of these errors. This raised concerns about transparency in reporting trial results. Source: BMJ. Regulatory reactions. Regulatory agencies like the FDA requested additional data to clarify these discrepancies, delaying the vaccine's emergency use authorization in the United States. Source: FDA advisory. Two, concealment of adverse reactions. A. Thrombosis and blood clotting issues. Reports of thrombosis. Post-approval. There were reports of rare blood clotting events, specifically thrombosis with thrombocytopenia syndrome or TTS. These cases were initially not highlighted prominently in AstraZeneca's communications. Source: EMA. Delayed acknowledgement. There was criticism that AstraZeneca was slow to acknowledge and investigate these adverse events. Regulatory bodies like the EMA and MHRA had to initiate their own investigations before AstraZeneca publicly addressed the concerns. Source: Reuters. B. Internal Communications and Investigations. Internal documents. Leaked documents suggested that AstraZeneca had internal discussions about potential risks before they became public, indicating a possible delay in public disclosure. Source: Politico. Public health messaging. Critics argued that AstraZeneca's initial messaging downplayed the risks, causing confusion and eroding trust when the full extent of the issues became known. Source: The Lancet. Supply and distribution controversies. Contractual disputes. AstraZeneca faced accusations from the European Union of not meeting its contractual obligations regarding vaccine deliveries. This led to legal disputes over alleged concealment of production shortfalls and prioritization of other markets. According to the BBC, these issues created significant tension between the company and the EU. Transparency in agreements. The lack of transparency in the vaccine supply agreements and delivery schedules led to public and political outcry. The Financial Times reported that this lack of clarity only fueled the controversy further. Allocation decisions. On a global scale, there were allegations that AstraZeneca did not fully disclose issues related to production capacity, affecting vaccine availability for the COVAX initiative aimed at equitable global distribution. As noted by the New York Times, this had a significant impact on the global vaccination effort. Implications of concealment. Erosion of public trust. Concealment or delayed disclosure of adverse reactions and efficacy data eroded public trust in the vaccine and in health authorities. This led to increased vaccine hesitancy and resistance, as highlighted by Harvard Public Health. The controversies surrounding AstraZeneca's transparency affected vaccination campaigns, particularly in Europe, where some countries temporarily suspended the vaccine's use, according to the WHO. Regulatory scrutiny. Regulatory agencies demanded more rigorous data and extended reviews, delaying vaccine approvals and distribution in some regions. The FDA noted that these regulatory delays were a direct consequence of the transparency issues. Additionally, the concealment allegations led to legal challenges and increased scrutiny on AstraZeneca's business practices, as reported by the EU Observer. The importance of transparency in vaccine development and distribution is critical for ensuring public trust, safety, and the effective management of public health. Here's a detailed look at why transparency matters and the potential consequences of withholding information. Building public trust. Clear communication. Transparent communication about vaccine development processes, clinical trial results, safety and efficacy fosters trust among the public. Clear and consistent information helps mitigate fears and skepticism. Combating misinformation. By providing accurate, up-to-date information, health authorities can counteract misinformation and conspiracy theories, which often thrive in the absence of transparency. Informed consent. Transparency allows individuals to make informed decisions about vaccination based on a comprehensive understanding of benefits and risks, ensuring safety and efficacy. Rigorous review. Open sharing of data allows for independent verification and peer review, ensuring that vaccines meet safety and efficacy standards. Adverse event monitoring. Transparent reporting of adverse events and side effects is crucial for ongoing safety monitoring and prompt identification of potential risks. Regulatory oversight. Transparency in the regulatory process ensures that decisions about vaccine approval are based on scientific evidence and are free from political or commercial bias. Ethical responsibility. Accountability. Transparency holds manufacturers and regulators accountable for their decisions and actions, fostering ethical practices throughout vaccine development and distribution. Public good. Given the role of vaccines in protecting public health, there is an ethical obligation to be open about their development, risks, and benefits to ensure public welfare. Efficient distribution and access. Equitable distribution, transparent supply chains, and distribution plans help ensure that vaccines are allocated fairly, especially to vulnerable populations in low-resource areas. Resource management. Clear information about production capabilities and challenges helps governments and organizations plan effectively and manage resources efficiently. Potential consequences of withholding information. Erosion of trust. Vaccine hesitancy. Lack of transparency can lead to suspicion and vaccine hesitancy. If people feel that information is being withheld, they may be less likely to get vaccinated. Public outcry. Discovery of concealed information, such as undisclosed side effects or efficacy issues, can lead to public outcry and backlash against health authorities and manufacturers. Increased misinformation. Speculation. In the absence of clear information, speculation and rumors can spread, often amplified by social media. This can lead to confusion and fear, making it harder to achieve high vaccination rates. Conspiracy theories. Withholding information can fuel conspiracy theories, undermining public health efforts and increasing resistance to vaccination. Safety risks. Undetected issues. If safety data or adverse events are not transparently reported, potential risks may go unnoticed, endangering public health and delaying responses to genuine concerns. Loss of credibility. If safety concerns are later revealed, the credibility of the vaccine and health authorities can be significantly damaged, impacting future public health initiatives. Regulatory challenges. Delayed approvals. Lack of transparent data can delay regulatory approvals, impacting the timely availability of vaccines and prolonging public health crises. Legal and ethical issues. Concealing information can lead to legal challenges and ethical controversies, undermining trust in the regulatory process and causing reputational damage. Economic and social impact. Economic losses. Delays in vaccine distribution due to lack of transparency can exacerbate economic losses by prolonging the pandemic and its associated restrictions. Social divisions. Misinformation and lack of trust can create social divisions, with some communities rejecting vaccination based on perceived misinformation. Case study. AstraZeneca vaccine controversy. The AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine controversy highlights the critical need for transparency. Inconsistent reporting of efficacy data, lack of clear communication about blood clot risks, and disputes over supply commitments led to confusion, hesitancy, and legal challenges. This case illustrates how transparency, or the lack thereof, can significantly impact public perception and the success of vaccination campaigns. Conclusion. The controversies around AstraZeneca's transparency in reporting efficacy data and adverse reactions highlight the critical need for openness in vaccine development and distribution. The concealment or delayed disclosure of important information not only undermines public trust, but also hampers effective public health responses. Lessons from these events underscore the importance of timely, accurate communication and rigorous transparency to ensure the success of vaccination efforts and maintain public confidence. The AstraZeneca vaccine played a crucial role in the global fight against COVID-19, providing a valuable tool for vaccination, especially in regions with limited access to mRNA vaccines. However, the controversies surrounding its efficacy data, blood clot risks, supply issues, and inconsistent public health messaging highlight the complex challenges faced during the pandemic. These issues underscore the importance of transparent communication, robust regulatory processes, and effective management of public health information. Despite the controversies, the vaccine remains an essential component of global vaccination strategies, especially in countries with limited resources. For more updates and information, please subscribe to our channel and visit our website.